Here we are, welcome back to the channel for another video on Gran Turismo, and this time we're looking at the latest time trial to get you 2 million credits. As per usual, go into sport mode in the main menu. From here you can access your online time trials. Now we've done the Suzuka East course and Dragon Tail Seaside as well, but we're going to concentrate this time on the Grand Valley Highway 1 in this absolute beast of a car, this Gran Turismo Red Bull 2019 competition. Now, this is quite a tricky one. You can rent the car or select from the garage, depending if you have the car or not. Make sure you get these racing soft tyres on, so we've got the best tyre for the most amount of grip, which you will need in this car, as it packs a lot of power. So onto this time trial. This is quite a tricky one to nail. The world's fastest time, so an absolute beast of a time. And it's quite a tricky track to get this one right. It's like driving fast forward in these cars. You're so used to driving GR4 cars. But let's see if we can get these 2 million credits. Up to the first braking point. We're looking for that 200 board. We hit the brakes and we come down to first gear. Now we tried and experimented a few different lines into this corner. As you can see, we came down to first and then we double shift up to third gear, but depending on how far you brake into that corner, coming down to second or even staying in third sometimes is better. This one, next chicane, not even a corner, didn't worry about that, absolutely flat out. Next important braking point before the 300 board, brake in a straight line and then turning slowly. Be really smooth with these inputs, whether it's throttle and turning with this car. Use all the track on the exit. And this, again, this really tricky one here is not real any reference here, just kind of as the road starts turning, kinking to the left hand side, a little dab of the brakes down to third and accelerate back into fourth. We're going to come off the throttle slightly there. As the car straightens up, we're coming down to second gear and we went to brake as we hit that shadow in the road, but as you can see we brake a little bit late and don't actually get the apex. We double shift into third gear again to get the main traction, the most traction out of that corner. Next one, we're looking for the 100 board, brake hard, and we're going to come to second gear. We're going to hook this corner as much as we can. We could have even hooked it a little bit more there, because this corner leads on to the next one. So we're going to little dab of the brakes, then come off those brakes into fourth gear and accelerate as early as you can. And again, we're going to use all the exit available to us. Quite a tricky one to get right. You can lose a lot of time in that section. So before we come into the bridge, at the 100 board again, we're going to come down to second gear. Let the car rotate round, go back up to third, but look at the throttle there. We're not full throttle at any point around that corner because the car will just spin around. As you come out the tunnel, a little dab of the brakes into second and then back up to third, and be very careful on a chicane. You can easily get invalidation and watch the exit as well. But that's a lap. It doesn't look that difficult in slow motion, but trust me, it is quite a hard one and can be quite frustrating. Now we didn't spend too much time on this, so set a decent enough lap time to get gold, but didn't really fancy putting the effort in to get faster. Yeah, it was a bit tricky and quite frustrating. But we come across for 126.779. Gold, you can see, is a lap time of 127.472. It's what you're going to need to get your 2 million credits. Failing that, a 129.171 will get you 1 million credits. And if you don't manage that, a 141.910 will get you 500,000. So it's well worth doing, even if you want to get 500,000 credits. So we will look at the chase cam. You can see we nailed this first section really good, actually, really well. Using all that track there, be careful on the exit as well, not to hit that barrier because your lap will be invalidated. And this one absolutely flat out in seventh gear, not even a corner in this car. And this is a very important one to get right as well. Tricky to get this car to come out these slow hairpins. But you want to accelerate when the wheel is straight. If you accelerate hard when the wheel is slightly turned, again it will just come round on you. And you can see in this next left how we missed the apex. We brake a little bit too late there and that lost us, I reckon, a good tenth or maybe even 2 tenths coming out that corner. It doesn't seem a lot, but it does make a massive difference in this car as it accelerates so hard and so quickly. This one we did quite well into fourth gear, again using all the exit. And this last trick section, so you can have a good lap up to that. And again, we can lose a lot of time coming to this last right-hander and this tight hairpin. We could have come a little bit more to the right hand side there, which would have opened the corner up a little bit more. But nonetheless, a half decent lap to get us gold. And let me know if this does help it can be quite frustrating time trial, but it's still worth giving it a go, even if you don't get the 2 million. A million credits or even 500,000 credits for such a short lap isn't a bad day's work. Also, a couple of pointers for you to be aware of. We're actually running traction control on 1 for this one, and brakes we're running ABS on default. The default did seem a little bit better than running on weak, especially turning into these tight hairpins. It just seemed to turn that a little bit better on default than on weak. So give that a go. See if you can tell if that makes a difference or not. It did for me. It's not going to gain you masses of time, but it does help. We also tried counter steer assist. But seems to struggle a lot more with counter steer than running traction control. Tried running them both at the same time as well, and that didn't kind of slowed us down a little bit too much. But traction control on 1 or even maybe 2 will help you on this car. Like I said, we left it at TC on 1 and ABS brakes on default. There you go. As usual, leave you with the rest of the replay. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll have some more time trials coming up. I think there's another one due out in a couple of days. And that's me done. And I'll see you guys next time. Laters.